From the shores of Lake Erie to Browns fans worldwide, hope is alive and the future's bright. This is There's a Gleam podcast, a Cleveland Browns podcast. Let's get the Gleam together. Cold Lake wind and orange lights, Sunday fire, dog pound nights. We won the scars, we stood the test, brown and orange across our chest. From the Muni lot to the end zone line, this city's heart still beats in time. Through every loss and every dream, you can feel it rise. There's a gleam. Let's get the gleam together. This is our time. Let's get the gleam together. Whoa. Let's get the gleam together. This is our town.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of There's a Gleam podcast, the Cleveland Browns podcast, built here, forged by loyalty. Today is Wednesday, August 5th, and it is 12:03, according to my clock, Johnny.
It is. We're
How you doing today, my friend?
I'm sick, but I'm okay. I'm gonna push through today. I'm no Peyton Hillis.
I know you worried me. You sent me. I talked to you last night, or texted you, and you said you're sick. Did you work?
Yeah, I went to work. I've been going. I only use my sick days for fun things. I go to work
Right.
sick.
I hate the waste days on stuff like that. That's terrible. It's a wasted day. So, good for you, man. Weather last couple of days have been outstanding. At least here by us, which I'm not that far from you, but for me, it's perfect. Mid to upper 70s, sunny. Not, it wasn't terribly humid. A little bit the other day, but I think we're getting some rain here soon. So anyway, that's all I got to say about that. So I hope you're glad you made it today. Glad you're sucking it up for the team with all the momentum. Dude, I'm pumped. Well, I will pop this up there since I'm about to talk to it. Our social media, you guys know where to find us by now. On all the platforms, YouTube, Facebook, X, all that stuff. Sean, did you notice our Facebook thing has been climbing, and this past week it went rapid? I mean, we
a lot of new followers. That's awesome. I'm really excited about it.
Almost doubled our followers in a week. I know you've been posting a lot of stuff. We posted a decent amount on social media, different things, and your one video got a couple million views, I think.
Yeah, the Shedeur Sanders run.
All of a sudden, man, just boom, boom. I'm looking. I'm like, oh, we just gained 100. A day later, we gained another 100. We're almost at 3,000 followers on Facebook, and that's within about 6 months. So I'm pretty happy about that.
So am I.
You don't sound so happy.
Well, I'm trying to be happy, Steve.
It's about happy as I'm going to get today. So anyway, we thank you for that. We appreciate everybody who follows, likes, subscribes, comments. Apologize that we don't get to comments for everybody. We're doing our best. We're going to get better at that, though. Deb says hi. Hi, Deb. Glad you're listening. Deb. She got her haircut yesterday. She looks good. I said that on the air forever and ever for everybody to hear, by the way. So anyway, today we got a good show today. Actually, before we get to that, want to mention that there's a Gleam, or there's a Gleam.com webpage where you can leave a recording. It's got all our stuff, got our bios. It's got the merchandise that we currently have. And I had to tell you this story before I forgot, John. I ran into one of our listeners and friend of the show, Ron Kern. Remember I told you he bought glass and T-shirt? Yes. And I was talking to him, and I thanked him for the purchases and just talking a little bit. And I told him that we're working on our new logo and some merchandise. And he had the best reaction and comment ever. He said, great, now I got to go buy more stuff. Well, I thought that was pretty good. So I told him, you bet your ass you do.
That's how the big companies do it.
Right? Anyway, I thought that was pretty funny. I wanted to share. I'm a simple man. But anyway, we got a good show today. We got a lot to talk about. Browns. You got, John, you were at training camp Saturday, right?
Yes, Saturday afternoon, actually.
Yeah, Saturday. So you got your training camp experience. We're going to hear all about that. We got training camp news currently going on. Jimmy Haslam had some interesting comments recently, and I think we got a few more things. We got a good amount of Browns news to talk about. Social media stuff. Actually, we've kind of rearranged our order a little bit. I think our social media is gonna pop in first with our Gleam legend, Gleam Nation Speaks, the Gleam Showdown, and he said what he said. Got some AFC North news as always, and some NFL news. What else we got? Free agent fighter of the week is Alvin. Every time I hear Alvin, I think of the Chipmunks.
So do I. Thought the same thing when you said Alvin. I was like, Theodore.
It did the same thing. So we got free agent fighter of the week, Alvin. The land is back this week, and actually it's a double team this week. You and I visited a place together on Saturday, as a matter of fact, for a production/strategy meeting. So we do have the land is back. Lots we're going to get to this week. We had the tailgate price challenge that we ran out of time last week doing our Browns training camp preview, or defensive position battle. So we are going to have the tailgate price challenge. There's no Steve's rant or roll. In fact, that may be retired, although I did have some fun with it. I want to be a nice guy, but you know what? Before I do that, I just got to say one thing. It's not a rant roll wasn't planned, but no, I was on social media the other day, and if I didn't see, I'm going to add some stuff here. If I didn't see somebody post about the Raider Nation and their season ticket holder gift came.
Oh, boy.
Did you see this picture, John? For those of you watching, thank you.
I think I know where you're going with this, Steve.
Again, the Raiders do it right. I saw last year's was a phenomenal thing they did, but for those of you can see, it's a beautiful hard case. It looks like a briefcase. It's got the Raider emblem on it. It's beautiful. Then you open it up inside. Here's another picture. And boom, look at that. The inside, you got the Raider logo. You got cards. You got dice, chips, you got these medallion coins. And actually, for those of you that are watching, I had to play this. I got a little video of the unveiling. So here it is.
Got my Raiders season ticket package today. Nobody does this better. I mean, nobody. Raiders cards. We got big blind, small blind, dealer. Raiders chips. Absolutely love it. Physical tickets, which I love, still love. Use the app, but the tickets are great. And then we got the season schedule. Well done, Raiders. Once again, elite.
John, I saw that and just threw up in my mouth. That was awesome.
It was awesome. He forgot to show the dice.
I thought I mean, remember, they still get tickets. Imagine that. We don't get tickets anymore with ours. They don't want to pay for the cost. But dude, that was phenomenal. You know, we get this crap. You know,
what are we getting this year, Steve? That's what I want to know. What are we getting?
Wait, last year was what? Wasn't that the concert?
Not Sticks. Journey.
Close enough. You got Journey, a Journey concert. It was all right. That was all right. From what I heard, I actually was out of town. I think I was on vacation for that.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah, Deb said, wow. Yeah, that's what I said. I said a few other things with a few explicatives in there, but whatever. Anyway, I saw that. There's no rant and roll, but this is my expletives. Thank you. This is my homage or whatever to Steve's rant and roll. I'll never do it again, or at least not till next week. But anyway, I saw that. It was phenomenal. So Cleveland Browns, for those of you watching, and I'm sure there's a couple of you inside Berea that watch. It's probably too late now because it's already August, so they should be coming in the next few weeks. But God, I hope it's decent because I see that and they are phenomenal. So anyway, that's all I got about that. With that being said, I'm going to get to social media responses and stuff, John.
Let's
so what
do
you
it.
Say?
I say let's light the Gleam, Steve.
Let's do it.
Let's light the Gleam. You know what we're going to do on Light the Gleam? You ready?
Yep.
Let's light it.
Light the gleam! Light the gleam! Turn it up and join the team! Big opinions, loud and free! This is where Browns fans wanna be! Light the gleam! Light the gleam! Let the whole damn compound scream! Here we go! Let's hear what you've got to say!
All right. So we have our social media responses this week, Steve.
By the way, I like that. That was a new twist. This is something new. It was part of our production meeting last weekend. John came up with that little intro. So, and who is that from?
So I wanna thank Cleveland Drone Guy on TikTok. I got a hold of him. He gave me some. Let me use his footage, the aerial footage of Cleveland. So if you're on TikTok, Cleveland Drone Guy, give him a follow.
Nice. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. So we did. There's a Gleam Legends last week. Kevin Mack was our legend, and Steve, let me explain something that I had another brainstorm. I keep having these epiphanies. We're doing this Gleam Legends, and I was like, everything we're doing is kind of like the Marty Schottenheimer era.
Yes.
But what if we expand out? What if we do something before the Gleam? Whoa, all those players before the Gleam. And then you got the legends that we have today. The modern air guys, Joe Thomas's and Josh Cribbs. So I want to add those too. So we're gonna expand this series a little bit. But last week was the Kevin Mack from the classic era, we're calling it. And the classic era basically is any player since Marty was there, he was the defensive coordinator in 1980 to 84, and then he was the head coach until, was it 89, 90?
Yeah, 89 the last year, and then the next year Carson took over.
Yes,
Bud Carson.
Exactly. Bud Carson, yep. So we're just kind of break them down by groups.
Or that have been 88 into the
89.
89, yeah.
So yeah, and then all the new players. So
yes,
we had TikTok that. Goody from TikTok said Kevin Mack was his favorite player. And then we had another one. I forgot to put the name though, Steve. Damn it. He said the Mac Attack. I'll have to look that up. I'll give him credit for that too. Because we want to give our fans a credit for chiming in on these, because really the show is more about the fans than us, Steve.
They take the time to comment. You should acknowledge them. I'm sorry we don't do it more. But that's one thing we're going to try and get better at, is responding back to everything, because we are not always the greatest with that. But we do see them. So thank you for that.
Goody said my favorite player, and Jeff Weaver 365 said the Mac Attack, which he is not wrong. Kevin, what a great duo, those two, Mac and Biner.
Really were. They were my two favorite. I love Biner, love Mac. That one too. Well, Mac came from the UFL, right? Or Canadian
USFL.
UFFL or USFL?
USFL.
Okay. Buddy Mike Palmer said, I haven't heard the name Kevin Mack since Steve was in love with Debbie Gibson.
That is true. I think you still are in love with Debbie Gibson.
She's still around. I see her, I think, on Instagram. She's still performing on a smaller scale around on her own or something. But I did love me. I got to admit, that was my one Achilles heel. I was a Debbie. I love me some Debbie Gibson back in the day. Shake your love, baby. Anyway, thanks for bringing that up, Mike. I have to do a 5-second delay on your comments because I don't know if you can put them up. Thanks, pal.
We had Gleam Nation Speaks. Who made you a Browns fan? And tell us your story. Sean Burden on X said, my dad turned me into a Browns fan, bringing me to games at Municipal Stadium as a kid. The Cardiac Kids and then Hanford and Frank Minifield will always love Clay Matthews. And I think that's a sentiment by a lot of Browns fans who, were around during the old stadium era. Minifield, Dixon, Matthews, those were the guys.
Oh yeah. I started in that late 70s. I vaguely remember games, but I do remember that Cardiac Kids year. And specifically, I remember sitting with my dad watching that on TV, and the red right 88 and the interception in the end zone and all that. So it was my dad. So I think that's probably a common thread with a lot of people is, family, their parents, their grandparents. So if you want to blame somebody, blame the older generation.
I blame my dad. He hooked me. I remember the very first time my dad took me to a Browns game, and I'll never forget this. We were going up, I believe it's into the upper deck, because there were ramps that would go over the lower deck that you would walk out up into the upper deck at the old stadium. And as a little kid, there was nothing about like walking up that ramp and then seeing the green field on a Sunday afternoon. I mean, it gives me chills thinking about it right now.
Yeah, I remember the first time my dad took me out of the games growing up. that I had ever gone to. And I remember the one time, I think, were you with me? Well, that's when, remember we worked at Panini's when there was only one location, and it was on the east side of the flats, the original Panini's. And I told my dad, I'm like, Dad, I'm going to buy, I think I was like 21, right around there. And I'm like, Dad, we're going to the Browns game. We both had to work the shift prior to the game. I thought you worked. And I'm like, Dad, game's on me. I was going to buy tickets. And I remember grabbing a 6-pack from Panini's. Had them in a bag, and we're walking, right around the corner and up the hill to get over to the stadium when you could still do that. And
would you drink all 6 on your way over there?
Dude, I crushed all 6 before we even got to the stadium. Then we get there. I was tickled that this isn't going to date us. Back at the old stadium, they used to sell foot-long hot dogs.
Oh,
and I remember I was so
foot-long.
Yep.
Get your foot-longs.
I crushed those 6 beers before we got there. I did offer my dad one. He said no. We get there. I'm like, Dad, hold on. I bought us 2 beers and footlongs. He didn't want a beer either. Okay. I drank those. And, but I remember we get to our seats. And remember the old stadium? We're sitting there. We got one of those big steel beams right there blocking us. I don't know. It was the first time I think I'd ever bought tickets. But if the point was, I bought my dad. I remember the first time I ever bought my dad. I'm like, Dad, it's on me this time. And I was so proud. Cool. I was so drunk. I remember we left. We walked back. He's like, you okay? I'm like, Dad, I'm going straight home. I'm fine. I'm good. And I watched him get to his car and drive away. And I went right back into Panini's and hung out that night for the rest of the night. Good times, funny. Man. Anyway,
Gleam showdown last week. We had this was a good one. Denzel Ward versus Joe Hayden.
Are you surprised by the responses?
Oh, well, so Facebook, Curter Porter said Ward all the way. He makes opposing wide receivers invisible, which he does.
Yeah.
Cameron Jackson said Ward also. Look at his matchups versus Chase and Hayden's matchups versus AJ Green. Ooh, I really like that comment because AJ Green kind of had some decent games against Hayden.
Yeah,
from what I recall, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but it just felt that way, and I feel like Ward has shut down Chase.
Yeah, I mean, I do think Joe Hayden. I think we talked about this. I don't know if it was last week or I remember talking about. He's in my top 5 for corners, maybe top 4.
Yeah.
I do remember. It seemed like there were times though, late in the game on the line, and him getting beat, giving up that late touchdown.
Right.
He definitely was a solid corner, good corner, but. Ward for me, I think is
Those are our two best corners since '99. Ward and Hayden. Yeah,
I'd even go before then. But you got to go back to, in my opinion, our 2 best are always going to be Minifield and Dixon until somebody proves me wrong. Those are my top 2. So yeah, mid late 80s.
Steve, this week's Gleam showdown is going to be. I put it up this morning.
I saw that. I actually like that a lot. Yeah.
The white throwback helmet versus the brown alpha dog helmet. So we'll see what the responses get on that.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
You had a he said what he said last week.
Yeah, I did. With what I've been hearing and stuff. My he said what he said was Shedeur Sanders will force the Browns to name him the week 1 starter. So it didn't go over that well at first. I was a little taken aback, actually.
Well, you got some comments.
I did. No, Sir Dice on X, or I'm sorry, on X for me.
Yeah,
my TikTok?
Sir Dice on X, yeah.
X. He said, Sir Dice said, and Tom at Tom8576 sent me some interesting articles about how poorly Sanders is and where he ranks statistically. I'm like, okay. Also on X, our buddy Roger First and Cuyahoga Falls, friend of the show and co-host of the Dog Chug, who you'll see those guys later tonight if you haven't checked them out. I know they're on X and YouTube at 9:30, I believe. He said there's absolutely no reason to sit him. He's a late round pick. Put him out there and see what he is. That's kind of what I think.
I agree.
Our buddy Angel on Facebook, Angel Ortiz, another friend of the show and co-host of Bearded Browns podcast, and he's also got his Typical Browns Fan podcast, said, this is a good one. It may be easy if Watson keeps playing like he's playing.
Oh, that is true.
That was a fair point. And then Bob Black said, hope Watson never sees the field again in a Browns uniform, and not just for football reasons either.
If I could high five Bob Black right now, I would.
Nick McKnight also shared a report that I think a few of the other guys did. I think it was from a ESPN Cleveland reporter saying that he looks worse this year, which I don't know. You're going to talk a little bit. You were at camp this weekend. Actually, I'm going to bring it up a little bit later, but I'll be at camp tomorrow. So,
let's talk about that. Let's talk about camp.
Let's get to it. Let's get to our Browns news.
Yeah. So Saturday, I went down I went over to Berea because I'm in Brook Park. I went over to Berea and with my sister and her husband, we took in Browns training camp. And Steve, I'll tell you what, there was some really interesting things that I caught my eye.
Like what?
Well, one, and he's not going to play any part this year, I don't think. But I want to talk about Taylen Green. Holy smoke, Steve! When I saw this guy, he's huge.
Really?
And then he ran the ball, and it was like a deer.
Yeah,
he was so fast. If this kid can put it together, I mean, look out. He could. I hope he does because he is just amazing looking.
And I caught this. We didn't have this in our show notes, and not to get too far off topic, but did you see the Madden ratings that came out recently?
I heard that. Well, we talked about the players that got the hundreds, but I did not see any other ratings.
Why? What they have, and I should have wrote it down, but I think they had. I don't know if this is good or bad. I mean, I think it's kind of bad if I'm being honest, but they had the Madden ratings, and they had, I believe, Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson both had a 69 for their rating. And then they had, I think it was Dillon Gabriel was a 67. And to your point, no, and this is why I'm bringing it up. And then they had Taylen Green, who hasn't played a lick in the NFL, done nothing. They had him at a 65. So you're telling me our top two candidates for quarterback are only 4 points higher?
Well, yeah, if you saw Taylen Green like I saw him, you'd be, this guy, he's something special if he can put it together.
I mean, I feel a lot better if Sanders and Watson were at 88 and he was at 84, but 69 and 65, I'm like, geez, all right. I mean,
well, unfortunately, that's a reality we're living in, Steve. We really don't have a quarterback.
No.
I mean, and that goes back to my other take from training camp. The kids absolutely love Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah. He's a likable guy.
He is. And the kids, you could just see it. It's like their new hero, you know? And I haven't seen this kind of reaction for a Browns player in a long time that the kids are showing. But that doesn't mean he's going to be the answer long-term in Cleveland.
Well, that is true. There's one thing, you could be likable, but I want you to be lovable when you're winning. Like Bernie.
Exactly.
Revered, all the words you want to throw out there. But no, I mean, there's a lot to like about Shedeur. I think he does a lot of good things off the field. You know, I'm pulling for the kid. I mean,
me
we'll
too.
see.
But the reality is he's a 5th round pick. And the reality is Deshaun Watson hasn't played good in years. And
no, they're probably fair. It's just shocking to see. It's like these guys are, you know, what everybody assumes is going to be one of our, either those are probably one of them is going to be our starting quarterback. And to see a kid that's never been played, that knows what he's taking 6th round. His athletic ability is off the charts. It's, you know,
unreal.
Can he actually, but for him to be a 65 and like, damn, we're only 4 points difference, and it's a little scary. So anyway,
it is. Other than that, Steve, camp was nice. It looked to me now, maybe I'm wrong. I sat lower last year. This year looked like the bleachers were like there were more seating in the bleachers. I'm not sure.
Well, I know they've been doing a ton of construction. I thought they did add, but I haven't been there in.
There were a lot of people.
15 years.
Oh, really?
10, 15 years, I think, was the last time I was at a camp. So it's been a while for me. So I'm looking forward to it.
We got there a little bit late. We parked over on Beach Street down by Baldwin Wallace. We walked.
Yeah.
We got there about 10, 15 minutes after it already had started. And it was packed, but there was still room to sit, which was nice. So it's not like you're totally just smashed together when you go to practice.
So I'm curious to see, because I know some people have gone, friends that I know that have been there, and a bit of a cluster F. You know, especially it's during the week with the construction. They said if you were there last year, they were starting construction. It wasn't bad. Now they're full blown into it. So I heard it was kind of, get there early,
Yeah.
give yourself time, and don't expect the park close, all that stuff. But you said it wasn't as bad as you thought. And I know you were a little bit later. You got in, 10, 15 minutes after the doors
Yeah,
opened?
about 10, 15. Yeah.
Okay.
And there were already a bunch of people there. So I imagine I don't know what time they open the doors, but maybe 1 o'clock for a 1:30 practice. I'm not sure, but there were a lot of people already there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I assumed it was 1:30 doors open, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
It sure didn't seem like it because if they did, they let a lot of people in 10 minutes.
That could be. We'll open the gates open and come flooding through. So I don't know. Good. I'll find out tomorrow. I'm excited. I can't wait.
Yeah. Great. And then did I have the other takeaway? Oh no, it was just the kids and Shedeur, and they do have after practice. They have some lines that the kids can go to under 16 for autographs.
Okay.
So there's autograph time at the end of camp.
I got a good thing coming up later about training camp and autographs for one of our AFC North teams. I'm going to play a little video I came across. But you said stand out. Anybody stand out to you or impress you?
So there were a couple good passes. Shedeur, he also had a nice run. Listening to Todd Monken talk last week up until like this week, really, I think a day or two ago when they went into pads, they're really just installing offensive, plays and getting used to what they want to run. So, people make a big deal about like the quarterback tracker.
I don't think
it really means much. They're working on things. They're just running plays, and so nobody really stood out. The one thing that did kind of stand out was the defensive line was always in the backfield.
Yeah,
but like I said, no pads.
Right.
That was the real thing.
Anybody specifically on the defensive line jump out to you?
Verse jumped out. Mike Hall jumped out.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot about
that.
them.
Mike Hall, he might be the link that we need on this defensive line.
His big thing is just stay healthy. His first couple of years, he hasn't stayed healthy. I mean, shows all the promise. Second round pick. If you can line him up with Mason Graham in the middle, and then you got Verse and probably Alex Wright or McGuire, I'm high on our defense. I'm on record saying I think it's going to be a good defense. So we'll see. But I've heard a lot of good things about Hall. I think you saw. Did we talk about that? I don't know if we talked about it last week or not with Hall and Verse doing a drill, getting off the ball, hitting a pad.
Oh yes, we did talk about that.
Hall beat him both times, and Verse like we're going again, and told the guys behind him, hold up, we're going again, but just seeing the competitiveness and stuff. So I know it's early, I know it's but I'm liking what I hear, especially on the defensive side. But I think there's a common theme, and we'll talk more later with the AFC North thing, but I don't think it's surprising. And we're all kind of in the same boat. Pittsburgh's got their new coordinator, Baltimore with them, us again. And what I'll kind of say for later, but you're hearing a theme of defenses looking really good with those other teams too. The only exception is Cincy, who didn't make a change, but I've also heard their defense is looking great. So anyway,
that's looking better than it was last year.
Yeah. So interesting. All right, buddy. So overall, good time. It's the only one you're going to this year, I think, as of now.
Yeah, it's the only one I'm going to. Yep.
I mean, there's only 9. I don't even know.
I don't know how many are even left. Like this week and a couple more. Then
what's that? I'm not sure either. So I'm going tomorrow. I think that's the 5th or 6th one. So I think there's only a few more left. So
hey, I will say, good hot dogs at training camp too. I got a hot dog.
Really? How much were they? Do you remember?
My sister bought it. $5, I think, or something. She said.
So really not terrible. Okay.
Good hot dogs though. Really, really good hot dogs.
Just
better than dollar dogs.
I'm worried though. I see there's chance of rain tomorrow. So I don't know if it rains, if it gets moved indoor, if we'll get shut out. But you had great weather. Sometimes though, certain weather, if it's too hot, I'm like, I can't eat that or drink that if it's too hot. I'm weird like that. But anyway, all right, good stuff with that. Jimmy Haslam, you came across a couple nuggets you wanted to talk about with Jimmy Haslam and believing the Browns are going to exceed expectations.
Yeah, well, the over and under for the Browns this year is 5.5 wins.
Yes.
Let me ask you, 5.5 wins, Steve. Are you taking the over or the under on that one?
Not to spoil our preview later coming up in future episodes and our predictions, but hell yes, I'm taking the over.
Okay. And
what about you?
I'm taking the over. Come on, I'm a homer. I think this team can win 8 games.
All right. Calling your shot early.
But that's what Haslam said. He said, I'll take the over too. He admitted Haslam admitted the Browns' 8-26 record over the past 2 seasons is unacceptable. And he apologized to us, Steve. He said sorry to me and you, to you and I.
I missed that. I need to go see that. I want to hear that.
He said our fans deserve better.
Yeah.
No shit. That's a Todd Monken, right? No shit, we deserve better.
Dominic said we better not win more than 5 games. That tells me he wants the quarterback. I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
I mean, it really is a win-win. I don't know if you could call it a win-win, but it is really a win-win situation. That's why I want to see Shedeur Sanders. Do I think he's the quarterback? I don't know. I guess not law of averages, but a 5th-round pick's probably saying he's not the answer. Let me see. I don't need to see Deshaun Watson. I don't want to see anymore. I'm honestly, I'm done with him. Let me see Sanders. I actually, of all people, Gabriel's getting a little bit of talk now because neither of the two have really stepped up, and he actually hasn't looked all that bad. So
he hasn't. Actually, Gabriel looked okay when I saw him at camp.
Dude's got to throw the ball more than 10 yards down the field for me to want to, I can't see that constantly 10, 15 yards. See, I never saw him throw the ball downfield. I can't stand that. So, but if he can, great. But no, that's what I mean. I mean, if Sanders hits, great. 2 first-round picks to do whatever you want. Take the best players available. But if he's terrible, then that means your record's going to be terrible, and you're picking in the probably top 5, like Dominic said. And if it's true with all these quarterbacks coming out, well, then you go get a guy that's you think's better. So anyway,
all right, not to get too far off base, Steve. Talking quarterbacks, so we have a lot of time to talk about this between this year and next draft. I saw somebody comment on a post that we had, and he said, well, what if these quarterbacks coming out next year, none of them pan out to be anything? It's happened before. They talk about these big quarterback years, and then they kind of fizzle by the time the draft comes.
Then we're screwed.
Yeah, exactly. So you might want Shedeur to play well.
I mean, there's no guarantee with anything, and you're right. And these guys, you never know. There's also people that pop up that they weren't really talking about to start the year. That so we'll see. I think everybody would agree though when the Browns were looking at quarterback. I mean, this past draft, I don't think we were as much, but this past draft and even 2 years ago, Shedeur's draft, it's been a very, very weak quarterback class to begin with. I mean, Cam Ward was really the only, and Sanders were only really 2 guys even talked about first round. This past year, Fernando Mendoza. Fernando Mendoza was the only kid really. I mean, I know the Rams stuff. Yeah, Tick Simpson, but no, I mean, I think that surprised everybody. But I mean, in all honesty, the hoopla wasn't there for anybody for the last 2 years. This year, so we'll see.
No.
But
Jimmy did say also that he wants this year's team to play hard, avoid mistakes, be fun to watch, and look like we've got our act together. And that falls on Todd Monken.
That's just sad to hear that you're the owner of a professional football team, and you have to make the comment, look like we've got our act together. I feel like that's what I would say. That's what I say when I coach the kids when I coach football with kids.
The Pee Wee team, when you coach the Notre Dame
10 to 13. Yeah, I still wanted to put that on my resume. Former head coach of Notre Dame. Oh, the Fighting Irish over in Indiana? No. The Fighting Irish of Eastlake, Ohio. That's like the stepbrothers, but he's like, well, what do you do? I manage a baseball team. You do? Yeah. Fantasy.
Fantasy.
Fantasy team.
We had a scare at camp too, Steve. Casey Concepcion.
I saw that. I did. My heart did skip a beat. I saw that. I'm like, here we go.
I know.
And that's everybody's biggest fear right now, right? Is the injury. Everybody's and especially when it's one of your first round picks. But yeah.
Well, Todd Monken said that everybody is going to be dressing up for preseason games and everybody's playing. So
I like that.
There is a possibility someone could get hurt while they're out there, but my theory is you got to play to get better. So if you get hurt, you get hurt, but we've got to get these guys on the field and start getting them reps, especially the starting quarterback.
I'm actually a big fan of that, to be honest. I don't if we were a veteran team that's had the same coach, and the same systems and stuff. Totally get it. I'm resting my guys. They know their stuff. Once again, we're a new team, a young team with a new offense, new head coach. And, we're going to say, I mean, with the exception of nobody really. Nobody's earned that Joe Thomas. Hey, you're not playing preseason.
Denzel Ward?
No. Denzel Ward, maybe Delpit. Okay. Few guys. I mean, could you say Schlesinger? Maybe, but it's only his second year.
But I got to have Schlesinger out there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, though. Joe Thomas. We're young. I mean, how many times we see that with Stefanski where a bunch of guys would sit? We'd start the season. I'm like, we look like crap on both sides. Nobody's played. Nobody's done tackling. But, hey, at least they're healthy. But you look terrible. So play them.
Play them.
Yeah. You got to see what you got. We got a lot of question marks. As much as I think this team looks better on paper than last year, there's still so many question marks. That whole line's a question mark. The quarterback play. We love the receivers we drafted, but I mean, they haven't proven anything.
No. And I'll also say that everybody's saying, well, Andrew Berry had another great draft.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know that. We don't know what Spencer Fano's going to do. Yeah, he looks great. But we don't know. We don't know Concepcion in Boston. Like, there's a lot of question marks still out there.
There really is. So, yeah, no, I like it. Play him. I like that he started early with camp with the hitting and stuff. And so far I'm impressed. Overall, I think the vibe for camp. I mean, a few negatives here and there. The quarterback play, I guess maybe you'd like to see a little bit better. Maybe the offensive side, but a lot of the stuff I'm hearing right now has been positive, so I'm pumped. I'm excited. Who is it? This is the time where everybody's sky high and optimistic, and we're going to the Super Bowl.
Well, we'll hold your horses, Steve.
Take the playoffs this year, but anyway,
I'll take a division championship.
So, let me ask you.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't know if you had a few more things with that.
No. I know I'm good with my training camps take.
So do you believe Haslam's when he says the Browns are going to exceed expectations?
Yes, I think they are.
I do. Although I am scared. Vegas is pretty good when they predict stuff. And
Vegas is good.
What were we? I'm going off. I think we were 6.5. I think, and then they traded Myles Garrett, and I think we then went to 5.5.
Yeah.
So. I hope they prove them wrong. They're not always right. I don't think they had New England going to the Super Bowl last year. So there's always that team that surprises.
That's right. Hey, anything can happen.
Why not us?
You get really good quarterback play, and everything looks different.
Yep, I agree. So I did hear in camp though, and I'm curious to see if it will happen tomorrow. But Deshaun Watson getting booed at training camp. Did you hear about that?
No, I did not hear about that.
Thoughts on that?
Well, it's probably warranted.
I mean, you hate to see it.
I don't. I don't, dude. I don't want Deshaun Watson here. But anyways, keep going. Sorry, I don't want to go on another. I've done this rant enough.
That's all right. Rob, our buddy Rob, who chimed in, worst case scenario, we bomb, end up with first or second draft pick and take the worst QB of the record number that will be drafted next year. And thanks for your positivity, Rob.
So you were saying Deshaun got booed?
Yeah, I just came across this the other day. I guess he's getting booed at camp. So, whatever. It's sad. That's part of the reason I want to be done with him. He's got such a mixed, mostly negative feelings on him. I'm just ready to be done, get over with. It was so nice last year not having to worry or talk about stuff. Rob also said, that being said, we're going to win 9+ games. And that's why you are the odds-on favorite to be our producer of the show for your
knowledge.
But anyway, like I said, I'm going to be at camp tomorrow, August 6th, weather permitting. Of course, I'm going to keep my eye. I know if it's bad and raining, they'll move it indoors and cancel it. But I don't know if it doesn't or if a chance. So anyway, if you see me out and about, I'll be the guy wearing a Cleveland Browns hat and a Cleveland Browns shirt.
You and 500 other guys.
Ever do that? I've done that with friends, either going to a Guardians game or something. Like, I'll have an Indians hat on. You'll see me. But if you see me, stop and say hi. I'd love to meet you, talk to you. I want to maybe even try and get some content, some video, some fan reaction. So I'm going to try and get some of that. So if you see me around, definitely stop by, say hi, and maybe we can get an interview with that. Rob said, if I got paid $245 million for nothing, I would laugh those boos all the way to the bank. Well, he also on the same thing, they asked him, I did see, and I'm going to paraphrase what he said. They asked him about Cleveland. He's like, I don't have nothing bad to say about Cleveland. Besides a couple incidents at the stadium, or I think he said outside of the stadium. He's like, I love Cleveland. My home's here. I spent a lot of time here. It's like, I got nothing but love for Cleveland, except for a few incidents inside the stadium. So there you go. But anyway, get on to some more current training camp news. So we kind of touched upon, I don't know if we really want to beat a dead horse, but
no.
The big story, the big story is always going to be the competition with quarterback. You talked about it a little bit. There's not much talk there. I did like and hear about, it's the first week of pads.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of changes evaluations. Now they're separating the football players from the practice players and stuff. Things that kind of stood out that I've been reading and hearing, that defensive line looks, we talked about it a little bit from when you were there. Defensive line won several periods and they look good.
Yeah.
I mean, and they should.
Do.
Defense is usually ahead of, the offense, especially when it's a new offense. Running game, I heard, it's become much more physical. Did you see that one video? And I don't think there was a fight in camp, and I forget now who it was between, but did you see the one video where Quinshon Judkins came up through the hole and put a block on Mike Hall and knocked him on his ass?
I didn't see it, but I heard about it. I was watching some YouTube videos and they were talking about it. I think on the Cleveland Sports.
He kind of popped him like, dude, what are you doing? It's kind of funny, but yeah, kind of cool.
So Quinshon popped Mike Hall or Paul?
Yeah.
Popped
No, Quinshon came through and popped him and knocked him on his ass. And he got
Yeah, when I was there, it was getting a little chippy. There was a altercation.
Yeah. Was that the same day that was the camp fight? I know there was one camp fight.
Yeah, I don't know if that was maybe the same one. I think it's a little chippy though right now, which is good.
Yeah, I agree. Offensive line, I heard the communication keeps improving between them. Again, they're all 5 new guys, if they've locked in on the 5 yet, which is still early, but trying to come together. So that's nice. So John, let me ask you, as far as who benefits the most once the pads come on? Is it the offensive linemen, defensive linemen, running backs? Do you think anybody benefits?
I think it's the offensive line will benefit because they can actually get on somebody, body on body. Right now they're not, they really can't do that without the pads. So this kind of makes up for, they're not just like hand checking, so.
Right. No, I agree. I think it actually benefits both, and they can go up both lines, work against each other, get better. So, all right. I'm noticing once again, we're always late.
Okay.
Wanted to touch upon, I saw this is something, I don't know if the Browns, I think it was last week, Khalil Davis, the tackle from San Fran we signed in the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
He got hurt. He suffered some type of apparent injury and was forced to leave the field. And I don't know if I still ever heard what the extent of the
I have
injury
not either.
is.
I have.
But then the Browns went out and they immediately add Travis Bell. And, for those that know, is this a concern? Because the Browns are already without Malik Collins and Khalil Davis, who I think they have him in the rotation as, of getting a good amount of playing time. Does that scare you a little? Does that worry you?
Yeah, I think this goes to what you were saying before. It's we have varying degrees of issues going on with the team right now. And one of them is depth there. Depth at linebacker is a concern for me also.
Yeah, that I would agree. I think that's our weakest of them. But give Barry credit. He jumped out. He didn't wait long at all. He jumped out. Travis Bell, a little bit about him. He's a former 7th round draft pick who most recently played in UFL after spending some time with both the Bears and Bengals organization. So they say he brings size, experience. I don't know about the experience and depth to a position that all of a sudden we're looking a little thinner there. But like I said, Mike Hall better stay healthy. So, and to make room, they waived rookie running back TJ Harden, I believe. So, that's a little bit of thing. We talked about the defense. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren's made some plays. In fact, I saw that video where he broke. I think it was Sanders was throwing a pass out in the flat, and Warren just come flying like a missile and dove and almost picked it off. I mean, it was a phenomenal looking play. So, I'm liking what I see out of the defense. So
I do too. Do you think that McNeil Warren, what kind of playing time do you think he'll get this year?
I mean, I think it comes. I mean, Delpit's the one. It depends the packages, Rutenberg. And I did watch some of our show back the other day, and we always said when we first talked about Rutenberg and his name and thinking of that movie Rookie of the Year and all the different names, I kept calling him Rutenberger. So right off the rip, I'm wrong about the guy's name. I thought that was funny. I forgot what you said. What'd you say?
McNeil Warren, if he'll get some good playing time.
It's going to be him and Hickman, right? Those are the two guys probably competing for that spot to play. Like I said, depends on the packages.
Yeah, I can see them all on the field at one time.
It also depends. I mean, other than, we need somebody to step up after Campbell and Ward. I know there's Miles Harden and stuff, but, what other cornerback? And, you're going to see a lot of 3, 4, 5 receiver sets. So I think you'll see you could see them both on the field quite a bit. So I think barring some big setback or energy, I expect to see a lot McNeil this year on the field.
Yeah.
So anyway, not going to get into too much with that. I know we don't a lot of time. We talked about them. I know you wanted to talk about Todd Monken's message a little bit, and you talked a little bit, but one thing that continues to stand out with him, he refuses to overreact. No quarterback announcement. I don't think we're going to get anything until what they say.
What I heard him say in his press conference is that he will have a starting quarterback named against Jacksonville for the Jacksonville game
before week 1.
Yeah, he said sometime in between there, now and then, he will name a starter.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, I think no depth chart surprises right now, no promises. Everything he's saying has got to be earned, which I like.
I do too.
I think players I've repeatedly they've commented about how competitive the practices have become. So, do you like? Let me ask you, wrap this up here. Do you like that approach?
I do. I think Todd Monken is the right guy for right now. No nonsense. Kind of says that the way he feels. He's not going to just gloss over things, and I think that's refreshing after so many years of Kevin Stefanski kind of toting that company line. Yeah. And I think he's also holding players accountable. I don't know how much that happened in the past,
right?
But it feels to me that he's got these guys juiced up and ready to play.
Yeah. And one last thing before I know you talked about Casey Concepcion and the injury, but from all indications that I kind of heard, and I think he actually did it twice in practice. He did it earlier in practice during something, and then again later when most people maybe saw the video of him down and slowly getting up. But all reports that I've kind of seen yesterday, and I think even this morning, is that it's not serious. He's not expected to be out for any period of time. So that's hopefully positive.
Wipe my brow on that one. Close call.
Anyway, that's it with that for now. Like I said, I'm going to be there tomorrow. I'm hoping to get some video. So if I see anybody, and then we'll get more into it. So what? A week, just over a week into training camp. Still don't have a clear quarterback, but that's what Monken wants. Competition seems like it's been pretty fierce across the roster with positions, which I like. Defenses look fast, physical, and disruptive, and a couple injuries there to Khalil Davis, something to keep an eye on. So we'll see how everything else turns out. All right, my friend.
All right, let's get into it along.
Yeah, a little bit of some AFC North news.
All right, well, AFC North news is sponsored by Wet Jet Pressure Washing, proudly serving all of Northeast Ohio. Call Scott at 440-283-WASH and mention There's a Gleam podcast to save $75 off a house wash and exterior window cleaning package. Wet Jet clean that stands out. Let's get the Gleam back.
There you go.
So around the North, we got a couple little nuggets here this week. TJ Watt,
yes,
is that he likes his new role in the defense. Defense coordinator Patrick Graham is shaking things up, and he's going to move Watt all over the field. So you might see him at linebacker and different spots. Steven, I don't know why more coaches don't do this with these amazing defensive linemen like Myles Garrett, TJ Watt. A couple of times when Myles Garrett was put up the middle, like he just wreaked havoc going up the middle.
Yeah.
So I think this is TJ's going to probably, I'm thinking he's going to have a bounce back season for Pittsburgh if they're going to make him more dangerous, just kind of moving all around the field.
Great.
Baltimore. No. Oh, what were you going to say? Sorry.
No, it makes sense. It's, he's your best player. Move around, put him in positions. I like it. I could see it.
Baltimore Ravens. They, boy, Steve, did you see this contract they gave Zay Flowers?
I did. And real quick, I just want to give out the, hey, Posh, how are you? Posh does the show at Lou.
Yeah.
On Friday night.
I watched that
Posh,
Friday.
Did you?
Yeah, watch.
You should comment. Comment then. No.
Well, anyway, I'm working. I'm working,
that is
so
true.
I have it on.
You actually, there you go. Zay Flowers, yes.
$140 million extension.
Yeah.
4 years for Zay Flowers, $108 million guaranteed.
Well, what is he? He's top 4 now. Paid receiver, 4th or 5th highest on average. Besides what, Jefferson, Chase. I'm missing somebody, but yeah, I saw that. Well, if anything, if Casey Concepcion, who's the biggest comparison you see a lot to?
Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers. So if he's anything close to that, well, and that you're talking, first round pick, 4 years from now? Can you imagine what the contracts will be then potentially?
It'll be $200 million.
I mean, he's been good. He's been their best receiver. I can remember in Baltimore for a long time, but I don't know. I don't think he's all that, but hey, they're getting paid, right?
Exactly. And that was it. I didn't really know Bengals news this week.
No, the only thing I was going to say when I was looking at stuff, and them being the only team, like we kind of talked about briefly, you would expect with Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore, with all new coaching staffs, new systems, everything, that to start training camp, defenses are always going to look better. At least you think they are. But in Cincinnati, where that offense is really what makes them go, and their defense is the biggest question mark, is that the headlines I keep saying is not about Burrow and Chase. It's that the rebuilt defense front has looked outstanding early in camp. So something to keep an eye on. So we'll see. So anyway, that's enough about the AFC.
Enough about the AFC. That they are my pick, though, Steve, for the division this year, the Bengals, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I think they should be the favorite, though. But anyway, what do we have? We have the land is back.
Oh, yeah. The land, baby.
Triumphant this was a good return. One. Yeah, we'll see.
It was good. It was good because you were with me. That's why it was good.
That was nice. That was.
So we went to Diner Bar in Clifton. Near 117th. I think it's actually
118th. Technically
118th in Clifton. We went and got breakfast Saturday morning.
Yep.
I had the corned beef hash with 2 eggs.
Well, where we go? Diner Bar in Clifton.
Yeah. Can I say that?
If you did, I wasn't paying attention. My mind was focused.
You never pay attention to me.
Pretty much.
I had the corned beef and rye toast, $13.95.
Corned beef hash.
Huh?
Corned beef hash?
Corned beef hash, yes.
Yeah.
Which there was so much corned beef hash, Steve. I had corned beef hash on Sunday when I reheated it up.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. You did take a lot.
I took some home.
You didn't put a picture up for this, so.
Yeah, I did.
You did?
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't put one up.
Oh, that's yours.
That's mine.
Oh, yeah, I didn't do it. I thought I did. Whatever.
So overall, you liked it?
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I won't say it was fantastic, but it was good. What do you think?
I'm still shocked at all the price. I remember back in the day going to get a breakfast for $7.99. Every breakfast now costs me.
It's not $19.94.
It's like $20 to go to breakfast. I got their Diner Bar breakfast, which was 2 eggs, home fries, and rye toast, and then I added the sausage links, and it was $9.95. So there you go. There's my cheap breakfast.
Good deal.
Add a cup of coffee, which I think was $3.50. So all in with that, I was about just around $13.50 plus tip. It was solid. It was a good, solid breakfast. The thing I was disappointed, though, I will say, was we got toast, and I think we both did. Yours came out later. I don't know why I didn't have it with your breakfast, but the rye toast wasn't really that well toasted, I don't think.
Well, great point, Steve. Keep going.
It wasn't cut. They were whole pieces, which, okay, potato. You didn't cut my toast, big deal. And it wasn't buttered. They give you the little packets. Now, that being said, at least their packets weren't hard as a rock of butter. You ever get those when you get that hard of a rock and you're trying to spread it and you're like, I'm just tearing the hell out of my bread or whatever. So,
Steve, I'm going to tell you a deep, dark secret.
What's that?
sometimes if I like go to a wedding and they have that butter that's super hard, I'll sit on it. I'll put it under my. I'll sit on it and warm it up. I hate
I've
hard
never
butter.
heard that before. No, but Italian places are like that. Somewhere they want to give you the just regular room temp bread, and that butter's hard as a rock, and you're trying to like.
It just rips the bread.
Oh,
it just
yeah.
rips.
I have a few local. I'm not going to name their names, but some do just. It's basically like a loaf of bread. It's thin, but it's so good. And I'll try to put butter. I'll try and butter a bread, and I'm just tearing it to hell. And I'm like, really?
My daughter worked at Market in Rocky River, Taylor. And her first job there was the butter girl on Sunday mornings for the brunches. She had to butter like 1,000 pieces of bread every Sunday.
Rob said, good for us watching them light money on fire. I'm not sure what he was talking about. Do you remember?
I don't know.
I don't remember them.
The Baltimore Ravens and Zay Flowers, 140 million.
And then Posh said, when is the team resting? Scared for injury bug.
I know they had Sunday.
I think she's saying she's scared, right?
Yeah, she's worried that someone's going to get hurt.
Yeah, they did have an off day the other day for camp.
Sunday.
Yeah, so they did get a little break there. But in camp, I'm curious to see how the games go. I don't want to see everybody sit. I mean, yeah, nobody wants to see an injury, and as soon as they do, that's when everybody's like, "Why was he playing?" But I'm also worried that they gotta gel together. We can't start the season with them getting time together, and then you're like, we're behind. But
I agree.
Let's see. Then she put butter stories. I think Posh is now in St. Louis. St. Louis ribs barbecue. I would think down there.
St. Louis Arts too.
Yeah, that's true. I've actually been there and stayed there. So yeah, there's the land segment. Glad to have that back.
Yep.
We do have Inside the Dog Pound, but I need you to. Did you get rid of a couple things?
No.
Oh, wait, no. When were you doing the one about your buddy?
We'll do it next week. I forgot to put him up.
Go ahead, do it now.
All right. Here is one of Taylor's friends, Michael Bowie. He's like, I want to be on the show. So he was over at Side Out in Lakewood.
Yeah.
And they were over there Sunday. He took a picture. I said, all right, Mike, I'll put you on the show. We love our fans of the show, so we're going to give him some time. So he was at Side Out. Good kid. His basement, he's the one that went to for a Browns game last year. He's got a ton of Brown stuff in his basement.
Remember that.
Awesome. Good kid too. I really like him.
Well, there you go, Mike. Perfect. Thanks for listening, Mike, and you're part of the show.
Yeah.
Season 1, episode 24. Write that down. Go ahead and remove that. And I didn't play my Steeler video. We don't have time, but I'm not going to. I had a video of a Steeler camp. They always talk about fans, and there are guys getting in a fight with little kids around. Some of the Steeler players were lifting kids up and getting them out of their way because these two idiots. I think it was over. Autographs or something.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, all right, let's get on to our next segment, Inside the Dog Pound, and I think this is you again.
All right, Inside the Dog Pound is sponsored by Poo Poo We Do, serving all of Lake County with weekly, monthly, and one-time pet waste cleanups. Call Scott at 440-941-9798 for a free quote. Mention there's a Gleam podcast and let them handle the dirty work. Let's get the Gleam back. And our partners at Euclid Animal Shelter and Euclid Pet Pals are in need of your help. Due to medical issues, vaccinations, and volunteers heading back to school, they are in need of short and kennel cleaners. I don't know what that means, Steve.
They are in need and short on kennel cleaners.
Oh, they're short on kennel. They need volunteers. Help. They need help.
I got the little banner up now, which is kind of hard to see if you got a smaller screen. But yeah,
they need help on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturday mornings from 8:30 till noon. You can contact them at 216-289-2057 if you would like to help. I'm sorry I botched that, but they do need help.
I put it up. I just saw it before, but yeah. So I think a big thing is a lot of volunteers are the younger kids going back to school. So they're starting to get with volunteers and a few people with vacations and some medical stuff. So they're trying to get some more help in there to help with the dog. So I figured that we'd throw that up there for him before I forgot. Okay. So that's what that was. Right. And, we've been on a roll. We've been bringing it up a few times. But, John, I have some more exciting news. Do you remember Jet, who we featured on the show? It was episode 19 on June 24th. Yes. There's a picture.
I remember Jet.
I'm happy to announce again that Jet
found a new home?
Jet was adopted too.
Awesome.
Now, I know he said in the past that I'm not saying it's because of us, but I'm also not saying it isn't because of us. This time I could say it wasn't because of us.
We know for a fact it was not us.
Well, you know what? Actually, no, I don't. I saw they posted up, and one of the people that were fostering them put something. They shared a story. They said that were fostering them, and it was friends of theirs that reached out and ended up adopting. So you know what? To be honest, I don't know what story. It could have been our little segment that we do right now about the dogs. But
I hope so.
I think it was good. But anyway, that's really cool. That really,
that's why
next
we do
to
it.
the Browns and hearing good things. That's probably my other favorite thing. And I love to see dogs find home. So good for you, Jet. Jet is off and got a new home. So there you go with that. So, all right, my friend, let's get to
This week's
free agent Fido of the week. And I have that here. So, every week here on There's a Gleam podcast, we believe that every great team deserves a great teammate. And John, I think I put the photos up for us.
I'm one step ahead of you and 8 steps ahead of the civil service.
This week's free agent Fido of the week is a dog who's ready to trade free agency for that forever contract. Meet Alvin. Alvin is about a 4-year-old handsome pit terrier mix. And just like a player looking for a second chance, he's ready for the next chapter of his life. Alvin was found running at large, but those days are behind him. Now he's looking for a family that'll give him the stability, love, and championship home he deserves. The scouting report on Alvin is outstanding. He's neutered, vaccinated, and has already shown positive interest in other dogs. So if you already got a 4-legged teammate at home, Alvin could be fit right into that roster. He does need to put on a little bit of weight, but don't let that fool you. His heart is already in mid-season form. This guy has one of the sweetest personalities you'll ever meet, and all he wants is someone to believe in him. Think of Alvin as that under-the-radar free agent every NFL team wishes they had signed. He may not have had the easiest start, but he's got all the tools to become an all-pro member of your family. So Browns fans, let's help Alvin hear those words every player dreams of. You're going home. You can visit EuclidPetPals.net to learn more about Alvin and all the amazing animals waiting for their forever families. Because here at There's a Gleam, we know championships aren't built with great teammates, and Alvin, they are built with great teammates. I botched that because we don't know. And and Alvin's ready to join yours. So let's get Alvin off the free agent list and into his forever home. Clip that and thank you.
Nice. What a cute dog. I love his pink and black nose.
The one picture of him on the side, he's got that black kind of covering one of his eyes. It looks like a cute dog. So we got to make a pop up there. We've been talking about going back up there.
Yeah.
And we're going to get up there soon. So anyway,
and real quick.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, Steve. On that note, real quick, I know we're getting close on time here. I've got my own little Euclid Pet Pals going on over here at my house. So,
really?
Well, it's not a dog; it's a cat.
Oh, I think I remember here. Yeah, what's going on?
I've got this cat that she kept. So I saw her at the end of June. She was a pregnant cat. I gave her some water and food. Probably the first thing that she realizes that this guy's a sucker. He's giving me food and water. So now I give this cat food and water every day. The cat had kittens. She had the kittens. She has 4 kittens. I seen them, but I don't know where they are right now. So if anybody knows anything about cats and like an outdoor cat with kittens, I don't know what to do. Like, is she going to bring them to me when they get old enough to walk? Am I going to have to house these things? I plan on I already looked into the APL and getting them neutered, spayed and neutered, fixed. But
right.
So I've got 4 cats, Steve. I'll have to, and the mommy cat.
Yeah, we'll have to reach out to our friends over at Euclid Pet Pals because they do cats too. I'll talk to Kristen or one of the ladies.
So if anybody wants a kitten out there, come and see me.
There you go.
Hit me up. I'm gonna have a kitten, 3 kittens, and you get a cat, and you get a cat,
and you get a cat. That's awesome. All right, my friend. We do have a little bit of NFL news I'd like to try and get to if we can.
Let's hit some of this. The one that I saw, Steve, that caught my eye, Jadeveon Clowney went to the Houston Texans. After he had already been in Berea talking to us, he goes to Houston, which he said it wasn't about the money. It was a really easy decision. He said that Houston feels like home. So
I was surprised that he went. Well, Houston, not so much. I was surprised he came back here because my memory was I didn't think he left on the greatest of terms, but new staff, new regime, all that good stuff.
Well, he was mad because Myles Garrett was getting treatment that the other players weren't getting. He thought they were calling plays that were padding Myles Garrett's stats. So that was like the second to last week of the season. He said that, and then they released him and he didn't play the last week.
Right.
That was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, they are a playoff team. If he really, it's hard to fault him with that, but okay.
Do you think that Jadeveon Clowney's play against Michigan when he was in South Carolina, when he hit I think it was a quarterback or running back, and the guy went fumbling the ball?
Quarterback. Yeah. I don't think he was able to hand off the ball. He blew out just burst it right up the middle. Yeah.
Did that play actually hurt Clowney in the long run, because everybody thought he was this guy that maybe he wasn't quite there?
It possibly did. I know I didn't really know much about him until I saw that. And you kind of expected him to be that guy where you just saw him blowing out windshields left and right, and really he never.
I think the ceiling was set too high. I don't think he was. That's not going to happen all the time, and a lot of people I think felt that it should.
Right. I mean, I'll be honest. It would have been nice to have him for depth. I mean, the guy did have 8.5 sacks last year with Dallas, and Dallas' defense was nothing great. So on this team with this talent, I mean, it wouldn't have hurt. So, but whatever. He's not here. So good for him. Good for you. Good for everybody.
Bijan Robinson resets the running back market.
Yeah. Did you have some Myles Garrett news too, or no?
Was that he was. I missed that. He missed last three practices.
Last 3. Yeah.
Some soreness in his lower half. He sat out Monday. McVay told the reporters that the Rams are just being cautious. I don't think Myles Garrett likes practicing.
Nah.
Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
3-year extension worth up to $75 million.
Reset the running back market. Way to go.
It's so amazing to me that the running backs get less than wide receivers, and I understand it, but man.
Well, they kind of make the turn upswing again, because remember, running back for all that. Then there was a stretch. You can get a running back any round. Nobody wants to pay a running back anymore. You draft. You're for the upper echelon one. Some of these guys are starting to make. 3 years, $75 million. That's $51 million guaranteed. I mean, now he is a special. He's probably, my opinion, a top 3 back in this league right now. So, and he's in the prime of his career, mid-20s. So, makes sense. But good for him. Injury reports. We did have some injury reports around the league. And actually, speaking of the Falcons,
what do you got?
Jalen Walker. I don't know if you saw it, the second-year edge rusher. He went down during 11-on-11 period and was carted off the field. Yeah, it was. I heard it was confirmed today. The fear was that he tore his left ACL, I think it was. And I did hear, I forget which one reported it, but it was confirmed. MRI, he tore his ACL. And dude, that's a brutal blow. I know they were expecting big things from him, that defense. And for Stefanski, our boy can't catch a break there, huh?
Oh, no. Jeez, that's bad.
I thought they had another defense with the other defensive end, or somebody else was hurt. I thought there's somebody else on that side of the ball that's hurt for them. So that's not good. Brian Breesy from the Saints, he tore his ACL, and he's going to miss the whole season as well. Who else? Princeton Fant, Cowboys, tore his ACL as well. And he actually tore his ACL and partially tore his MCL, and he's out for the season already.
I don't know. Do I know who Princeton Fant is?
You should. Everybody knows Princeton.
Oh, okay.
He's a Cowboy. And then the Eagles. Actually, they're featured on, I was watching NFL Network, and they were at Eagles camp. But Devontae Smith and rookie, who a lot of Browns fans were hoping the Browns would get, Mekhi Lemon. Both receivers left practice with some hamstring strain. Yeah. So team reports indicate that they're optimistic. Neither of them are serious.
Okay.
Mike Evans, now with the 49ers, he's dealing with some minor quad strains. That's,
I don't like the sound of Mike Evans 49ers. That just doesn't sound right.
That is weird. I know our buddy KB is not happy. He's a huge Bucks fan. And then from last year, Kenyon Sadiq, our first round tight end, the rookie this year, he had some minor recovery setback. I saw this, he had a hernia surgery, but he's going to be out. He's still not recovered. He's going to be out a little bit longer. And Aaron Glenn, love these coaches. He'll be ready by week 1. So kind of vague, but he'll be ready. So you'll see. I'm trying to think. Kobe Bryant, there's another one I saw with the Bears, 8 to 10 weeks after suffering a knee injury. So, Posh was kind of saying that her fear, staying healthy through August is almost as important as winning games in, September, October, November. So hopefully we can get through it. But that's it with the injuries that I saw of note.
Yeah.
And one last thing, and then we'll move on. Hall of Fame game kicks off the preseason. That is tomorrow again.
Tomorrow in Canton. Yep.
Cardinals and Panthers. And that's here in Canton, Ohio, at the Hall of Fame game. So, and I
Cool.
said this before, I didn't put up, but NBC and Peacock, for those that don't want to play the game of where's it on.
The guessing game.
So anyway, that's it with that. Closing thoughts on NFL news, anything good?
No, that's about it. We'll probably get more next week as the games start. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, I think as we enter the second week, expect increase in roster moves, maybe more contract news. Unfortunately, I think the injuries, you'll still hear more injury stuff. So, it's to be expected. So cross your fingers, say a prayer for the Browns, and let's get on to lot two. I want to see you have time for this. Do we have time for our lot two?
We do. Let's squeeze it in real quick. So I was going to have Rob do it, but Rob is getting really bad signal right now. He can't play along. So you're going to play this game by yourself. All right.
All right.
You got a piece of paper or pencil to write this down, because you got to write these down real quick. This is a take that I made up on the Price is Right Showcase Showdown. So I was going to give you a couple tailgate equipment things. You figure out the price and you tell me what you think the price is for all this equipment.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So first on the Showcase Showdown, which I don't know, we'll call it the Tailgate Showdown. A Cleveland Browns logo canopy from Dick's. 9x9 tent.
They're only 9x9? I thought they used to be 10x10.
They took a foot off them.
That was dirty.
They used to be 10x10. Now they're 9x9. So you got to guess. Don't tell me your price until you hear all the tailgate equipment on the Showcase Showdown.
Okay.
Cleveland Browns cornhole boards from Fanatics. They're cornhole boards with Cleveland Browns UV printed graphics, and has all the cornhole bags also to go with it.
Okay.
Then the next thing is a Cleveland Browns elite folding chair from Meyer. You want to bring it to the big game, bring big comfort with you. It's a 275-pound weight limit. And then we have the Igloo Latitude 50 cooler from Cabela's. It keeps your refreshments cold. Does it say how many? I thought it said how many. Holds up to 76 cans of beer or pop.
Okay.
Or soda, whatever you say. And two more things. iLive tailgate party speaker from Home Depot. It's got Wi-Fi and you can hook up your phone to it, and 5 hours of battery life. And the last thing is a road trip excursion two-burner grill from Coleman. It's the one that, remember, Jay used to have when we were tailgating. It's got that round one. It's got the legs and it pops up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe have a case or something with it or something.
Yeah, I think so. And it folds down.
Okay.
20,000 BTUs of grilling power. So, Steve, since I gave you these different tailgating equipment, do you have a final price of what you think this would cost?
Yes.
What's your final price for the tailgate showdown?
I'm gonna say 350. Carry the 1, 4, 5.
Carry the 1.
$580 is my total.
$580. I wish you. Good guess, Steve, but a little low. $776.86. If you were to,
I'm almost $200. Whoa. Okay. Well,
but for $700, you got your whole tailgate. You got your tailgate.
I mean, we've had stuff for years that we still have, so that's not bad. So, okay, damn. The tent? I kind of already know. Unless they've gone up more, those are usually been about $200 for
$200. I'll go through them. $200 for the tent.
Okay, that's what I had.
Cornhole boards were $179.
Ooh, I had $150.
The Cleveland Browns folding chair at Meyer is $44.99.
I had $35. Okay.
The cooler from Igloo was $39.99.
I had $30. Okay.
The tailgate iLive speaker.
Yeah, that one I
$54.89.
Oh, I wrote 40. I didn't know. Okay. And the grill.
The grill may have thrown you off. $259 for the grill.
Oh, it's half. I had $125. I'm thinking they're the cheap, skinny legs. You can only, All right, not bad though. So
Okay, but
all right,
one step further, Steve, because
Yes.
$776 ain't cheap.
it's not
It's a lot of money.
change. Yes,
So
sir.
what I did, if you want to set up your own tailgate this
Mhm.
year for Browns games, you want to go to the Muni Lot, you want to go to the pit,
Yes,
I got a way you can do it all for $216.
talk to me.
I went on Facebook Marketplace, found almost the exact same products. $216.
Damn.
They're used, but they're not bad. I mean, everything looked pretty decent.
You can get great stuff. I go on there quite a bit.
Yeah. So if you need stuff for tailgating, hit up Facebook Marketplace, hit up Craigslist. You can find canopies, you can find coolers. So
Let's be honest too.
What's that?
I just say anything that's NFL licensed are always going to be way overpriced,
Right?
Expensive.
That's true.
I still like
you want to just get a regular tent? You probably get one online for $20 for used.
Fun fact, John is a world-renowned chef and celebrity in my mind because you entered a contest. Who is it, for ESPN or somebody when they did a burger
ESPN.
contest?
Yeah. With
Create your own
tailgating.
burger. Yeah. And you went in, entered, and you won the damn thing. What was the burger what was the burger you made for them?
Oh man, it was it had Greg Brenda was the judge. It was over in North Ridgeville at some some grill place in North Ridgeville. They had these teams over there. Matter of fact, I think the Browns bunch were there when I did this.
Okay.
But the special thing I did, I put chips on my burger.
That was what put you. It was a cheeseburger.
And Greg Brenda
well-made cheeseburger with
it was cheeseburger. I made a special sauce up for it. It's like maybe like a horsey sauce.
Okay.
But it had the chips on it, and Greg
You
Brenda
got that, and you won what? An ESPN tent, which we still haven't have brought out on occasion. You won a grill, which is that the one with a little portable one that we still use sometimes?
The portable one we use sometimes. Yep.
You got.
I got a couple. I think a couple chairs they gave me.
Yeah, all that for making a burger. Good for you. Well done.
Good for you. Good for me. Good for everybody.
All right, my friend. Well, that's that with that. I did want to mention real quick. I don't know if you've been following around. I saw it all over the place, but for those of you that do pay attention, the Cleveland has a new WNBA team that's going to be playing here. Not until 2028, though. But they had their big unveiling yesterday of their new team name and logo. And welcome to the WNBA, the Cleveland Sirens.
Welcome to the WNBA, Cleveland Sirens.
What do you think of that little logo and the color? So I don't have the whole thing written out and stuff, but I know they wanted to tie in Lake Erie, lake, and they wanted to. I did see the one lady, and I forget her name now. They appreciate everything because Gilbert's the owner of that too. They didn't want to be. They want to be associated with Cleveland, but not with the Cavs colors, the Browns. They wanted their own unique thing, and I think Lake Erie, they want to be a part of it. So that's the meaning. I like the color blue they have. But what'd you think?
So it's growing on me. When I saw it yesterday, I was like, Sirens. I don't know. But the more I see it, the mermaid with the basketball, I think it's cool. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it's growing on me for sure.
I mean, I'm an idiot, so I was like, Sirens. I saw mermaid, and I'm like, and I guess they're very similar, but the big difference is a mermaid is what everybody says, the cute, look at all the cute mermaids and the Disney and all that, where a siren's a little bit more evil and whatever.
Or they call you out to they call you out to the sea, I think, and then they take your life or something.
Yeah, right.
They're not friendly, they're not real friendly.
No, they're the opposite of a mermaid.
Yes.
But I kept seeing the mermaid. I'm like, I'm confused. I never even heard of a siren before. Like I said, I live in a shell, I guess. So anyway, that's it. I just want to bring that up.
Do you like the logo?
I do. I like the colors. I like how they're trying to tie stuff in Cleveland, Lake Erie. I do the siren thing. Okay. I like the colors, and I'm willing to hear more. I think the one thing that I heard that they were talking about was they wanted to move on from the past. So in this regard, I give them major kudos. Rockers, some people are like, just people like the Rockers and Hall of Fame, but they're like, nope, they're gone. We want to start new. And if I'm being honest, since the Browns came back in 99 and the crap we've watched, there's a small part of me that says, I almost wish we would have left the colors and everything and went all new, start something else, because I never thought it could have been this bad for so long. But things are looking better, and I love my Browns, and I love my Browns.
I always thought when the Browns came back, they should have been called the Bulldogs. It would have tied in excellent with the Dog Pound. The Canton Bulldogs were one of the first football teams in the history of football. That you could have gone different colors. The Canton Bulldogs were like a maroon and I think like black. I think you could have done something there. Going to the
Well,
Browns, I think, still was a mistake. I would have loved to see the Cleveland Bulldogs.
You would have had a better logo, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, you would have. That would be the Bulldogs. Anyways, okay, I'm done.
That before
I got to go to work.
Yeah. So, hey, we want to thank everybody for joining us. Appreciate all the comments. Rob and Mike, Posh, Dominic, Debbie. If I'm missing somebody, I forget. I'm sorry. Want to thank our sponsors. We're doing a new thing. John and I had a very productive strategy meeting. We've got a lot of changes and things we're working on to improve the show and improve everything. Want to thank our Facebook. Facebook, we've you put that video on, I think it was the Shedeur one, and you got like a couple million views, and our viewership on Facebook went from 1,100 to we're at 3,000 in just over a week. So pretty amazing. So thank everybody for that.
They know my name.
They know your name. Again, you're on all the different platforms. Check us out. Check out there'sagleam.com. We have shirts, t-shirts, sweatshirt, tumblers, rock glasses, and all that good stuff. So on that note, any other thing that you want to add, John, before we head out of here?
No, just thank you for joining our show. I appreciate it. Appreciate everybody listening. And remember, we are built here, forged by loyalty.
Yeah, you're going to see that a lot. We have a motto, and that's the motto we have that we came up with. You want to tell them a little bit more? We're going to get into that later when
we'll get to next week. I'm going to say tomorrow.
Alrighty. On that note, again, thank you for everything. Help us spread the word. We appreciate everybody liking, following, and subscribing. Have a great week. Again, if you're going to be at camp tomorrow, I'm going to be there. Stop by, say hi. I'd love to get maybe some videos and some comments from you. And remember what Coach Marty would say.
Gleam, man. There's a gleam. Let's get the gleam. All right, let's go.
All right, everybody, have a great week. And as always, go Browns.